So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into my high-end top 3 from each category: foundation, powders, blushes, all complexion basically. So let's go ahead and get started, because as usual I got honorable mentions and I'm gonna take entirely too long to make this video. Okay. So I'm gonna start off with my primer. So I actually only had 3 primers, bravo me, but I usually use more luxury primers as opposed to like drugstore or high-end. And when I do use them, I'll usually use luxury or I'll use drugstore. I usually don't use high-end that often. So this one actually wasn't hard for me. So the first one I have is the Beauty Blender, the Leveler Primer. I have the shade Tan Deep. This is the darkest one they have. I hate the packaging on this because when you try to squeeze it, oh my god, it's so horrible and horrifying, and you feel like you got a hand cramp by the time you're done. But the product is really nice. It smooths out and minimizes pores like it says it does, and it leaves a nice even base for your foundation. So shout out to it. It does a good job. It's just girl, the packaging, it leaves something to be desired, but you know. Anyway, the next one I have is the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, the blurring one. This stuff is really nice too for blurring your pores and smoothing out your skin. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to get rid of all the pores I can, if at all possible. So that's another reason I picked that primer. The last primer I have to talk about is the Lula Henderson Banana Bright Face Primer. I like to use this when I want to brighten up the skin and make it look nice and vibrant, in addition to using my Charlotte Tilbury or like a liquid highlighter underneath the skin to make me look like I'm glowing from within. But this is a really nice product. Plus it's like a skincare primer hybrid, and I'm all about that. So y'all know I'm loving it. So I'm start off with my foundations. So I have 3 foundations, and I have like an honorable mention foundation because, like I said, I can't. Sorry, I got a couple of honorable mention foundations now I think about it. I'll start off with the 3 main ones. So of course I have Born This Way in the shade Chai. Shout out to Auntie Jackie for making the shade for us, because Too Faced wasn't about that life and they wasn't doing it at all. So I think we had to mix 2 shades originally when this first came out in order to get a halfway decent shade. And then Jackie came in and said, oh no. So I used the shade Chai. This is really good foundation. It's a really nice foundation. I like to use it more in the wintertime though than in the summertime. In the summertime I use the matte version, but since it's winter, we're talking about stuff that I would use right now, I chose that one. Next one I have is the Huda Beauty, what is this? Faux Filter Skin Finish Buildable Full Coverage Foundation Stick. I wear the shade 500G Mocha in all of her foundations. This stick is amazing. If you want a foundation stick that's going to make your skin look like skin, and it doesn't take a lot of building up and work to get a nice look, this is definitely the stick for you. I really like this. I actually put this against the Westman Atelier one, and I felt like it gave me better coverage. Although the Westman Atelier one makes your skin look smoother, that one is a good alternative if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of coins. So shout out to that one. The last one I have to talk about is the Rare Beauty Foundation. I don't remember what the name of it is, and it just says foundation on the bottom. And this one I wear the shade 450N, 450 Neutral. I had to watch somebody else's video to find out what I needed. And the funny thing is, I wasn't checking for this at all. I was not concerned when she came on the makeup line. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. But it's actually a really good product, and it doesn't feel like there's anything on your face, and it looks like skin. So if you're into stuff like that, then it's definitely one for you. Now let's get into the honorable mentions. So if you don't want to spend $150 at a time for a foundation that I just got from the Company Cosmetics store for my birthday, if you all didn't see that video, this Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue foundation in the shade Sandalwood 6W1, that's my shade, is a great dupe for it. It feels the same on the skin, and this one only costs like $40 something, whereas that one is $150. So I would definitely say that this one is better. Shout out to Mel Thompson for finding this dupe, but she said they were owned by the same brand, so she wasn't surprised that, you know, I mean, they were under the same umbrella brand, so she wasn't surprised it was the same. She was just disappointed because, you know, she expected better from Tom Ford, but you know. The last one I have to talk about as far as my honorable mentions for foundation, I was confused and conflicted if I should or not, because I was like, I don't even know if they're going to make this product anymore, so should I really be like endorsing it? Because it's been on the clearance rack in Sephora forever, so I feel like you should know what I'm talking about. I am talking about the Bounce Beauty Blender Liquid Whip Long Wear Foundation. This foundation is actually really good. The problem is when it first came out, they didn't make it for anybody who was, you know, brown basically. Like they had, I think, like 2 shades, and one of them was like orange or something. So people wasn't feeling it. I bought mine after that whole debacle went over, after they fixed the shades and all that. So I would have shade 4.35, but originally I was going to have to buy 4.40 because they didn't make this shade and they didn't have one to work for me. It was more neutral, and this one is like more closer to my skin tone. But it's actually a really good foundation. It's just, you know, they didn't make it for anybody who didn't look like me. So it's just like, Next, we're going to get into concealers. So, I'm going to start off with the matching concealer to the foundation. I was talking about the Rare Beauty concealer. I wear the shade 430W. This is what she looks like. This is actually a really nice concealer as well. I feel like the highlighting color works very nice with the foundation that I chose. So, this is a good product along with the foundation. They're a match made in heaven. It's great. The next one I have to talk about is the Turn Up the Base Butter Skin Concealer in the shade Dark 3G from One Size by Patrick Starr. Anything Patrick does complexion, I'm most likely interested in. Now, I didn't get the foundation powder just because I was like, I already got the setting powder. And then I got the concealer. So I was like, I don't need all of these things. When he comes out with a foundation, though, I will be grabbing it. We will be trying it, just FYI. But this concealer is amazing. I actually put it on in my video yesterday where I showed y'all my updated foundation routine. And it looks stunning as always. The next one I have to talk about is the last one I have to talk about before we get into the honorable mentions, which I have two of those as well, is the Tenney Doll Ultra Wear All Over Concealer. I wear the shade, what is this? Suede W 460. This is what it looks like. This concealer is amazing. And the funny thing is, I don't like Tenney Doll, the foundation. Like, I like the other foundation that came on after that. I think it's called Regenerous or something like that. I like that foundation way better. But when I saw this concealer, I was like, I need to try this concealer. And it did not let me down. So I love the concealer. I do not like the foundation. But I wear 500W in the foundation if anyone was curious and needed a shade match. And the foundation I wear 500W. And the concealer I wear 460W Suede. Now, the honorable mention concealers. Again, this Beauty Blender Bounce Airbrush Liquid Whip Concealer. Now, I heard a whole bunch of people didn't like this. Like, I know, what's her name? Teresa's Dead doesn't like this. And there was another YouTuber that didn't like this. I think it was Morgan Turner that was talking about it was crusty underneath their eyes and all that. I didn't have that issue. When I first tried it, loved it, still love it. Now, I wear the shade 420W Deep Gold. Now, I think they're keeping this and they're just getting rid of the foundation. But I really like this concealer in spite of what other people have been saying. I think it's amazing. So I think you should try it out. And as you can see, it's in my mention. So clearly it's good enough for me. The last one I have to talk about is this Kosas Creamy Concealer. I forgot the exact name of this concealer, but and it doesn't say on the bottom. I wear the shade 8 in the Kosas Concealer though. This stuff is amazing. It was currently on sale at Net-a-Porter for I think like 30% off or something, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that sale is still going to be going on when you see this video, but it was on sale. And I mean, I guess it never hurts to check. But I really like this concealer. It's really similar to another concealer in my collection, but I like the Kosas one better than that one. So there's that. Now we're going to get into these powders. So I have 3 for underneath the eyes, and then I have 3 to set the face with, and then I just have one like pressed one to set the face with. So let's get into it. So I'm going to start off with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Setting Powder in the shade 4.0. Tan Neutral. Y'all know I love this one, and I love to use the cute little puff that it comes with. And I'm not usually a person who uses the puff, but it just looks so nice underneath the eye when you use the puff. And since they're, you know, like Makeup Forever, they're professional makeup own brand, I feel like they should know, makeup artist own brand, I feel like they should know what's good. So I just went with it. I was like, okay, we're gonna put the puff on since they said use the puff, and I was not disappointed. I am so glad that I bought this. This is amazing, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. I want to get one that's closer to my skin tone, but I'm like, I have enough powders, and I haven't gone through any of the powders I have, so I need not get crazy and buy more. But I'm very tempted just because of the way that looks underneath the eyes. It looks stunning. The next one I have is the Laura Mercier A Translucent Honey Setting Powder. So this powder is amazing. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't know, because I don't really like the one for my face. I have occasions where I like the I think it's tan dark or the medium dark one. I have occasions where I like that, but I'm not like obsessed with that one. Like, it's okay, it's not my favorite, but this one I really like for underneath the eyes. So I like this one way better than that one, but I use them together sometimes and it looks nice. It's just, I don't know, you know how some stuff is just okay to use, not exceptional. Like, that's what Tenney Doll is to me. Like I was telling y'all, I don't really like it that much. It's just okay. I was more of a double wear girl, but you know, to each his own. The last one I have is Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Kunafa. So y'all know I love shades like this, these yellowish looking shades. So you shouldn't be surprised that I have another shade like this. I know some people have started using more like tannish looking shades underneath the eyes, but I feel like if you use a neutral concealer underneath the eyes and then you just use a powder like this, it'll look just fine. I prefer my yellow powder still though. Some things just don't change. And my yellow powder is something I'm not getting rid of. I was thinking about doing another one of those 5 things from old school YouTube. I can't yet go and start off with my yellow powder and then coming up with some other stuff. But y'all can let me know what you think down below. Now, the powders for my face, I have the matching powder to the other Huda Beauty powder. I have the shade Cinnamon Bun. That's one I use on my face. Love this shade for the face. The only thing is these are really perfumey smelling, so just keep that in mind. If you're not about that perfume life, you might not want to buy the Huda one or any high-end ones like the Dior one I had in the other video. It smelled like perfume. The weird thing is the L'Oreal Infallible Compact, it smells like perfume too, but it's like L'Oreal is an affordable brand, so I don't know why they thought it was a good idea to like be making perfume stuff, but I digress. Anyway, the next one I have is the One Size by Patrick Starr Ultimate Setting Powder. I have the shade Dark Deep because of course I said these are the ones I'm using on my face. His powder is amazing. As soon as I knew he was coming out with powder, I was like, honey, I have to have it. I still have the translucent one that I was hoarding from MAC when he first came out with powder, so that's why I didn't buy that one as well to put underneath the eye, or else that would have been in this video too. Because honey, when I use this, I have to use the MAC powder. I just have to use all Patrick's powders at once. We can't discriminate. Gotta use them all at once. Gotta catch them all like they Pokemon. No, the last powder I have to talk about is the Beauty Blender Soft Focus Gemstone Setting Powder in the shade Nutmeg. Again, I heard a lot of people say they didn't like this. They said it had like a shimmery effect to it, but I feel like it gives that golden hour effect to your skin and it looks really nice. So I don't know if they bought the one to put underneath the eyes and that's why I didn't like it. I bought the one to put on my face, just on the dark, you know, on the perimeter of my face. So I like it just fine for that. I think it looks nice. I mean, maybe they should try dusting it all over the face at the end and maybe that'll help if they didn't return it. I don't know, but I really like this powder. But if I remember correctly, I think Teresa's dead and Morgan Turner said they didn't like this either. But I think it's good so much to the point that I have two of them. I have a darker one for the summertime and this is the one I wear in the wintertime because it's closer to my winter shade. So that shows you how much I love the powder. The last powder I have to talk about before we finish off with the setting sprays is the Kosas Velvety Cloud Set Powder, or a Cloud Set Powder in the shade Velvety. Now this one matches my skin tone. I know the Fancy Face said you should buy one that's one shade lighter because it oxidizes, but I was fine with this one because I knew I was buying it in the summertime and it worked with my skin tone at that time, and I'll use stuff like this in the summertime, it'd be fine. So I was fine with it, but you know, like, to each his own. I really like this powder though. I might get one that's lighter for the wintertime once a sale comes along again. I know the 20% off sales are going on right now, but it's like I need to finish some more pressed powders. I can't justify buying more pressed powders if I still have a few, and I have a few, so I was like, I'm not doing it. The last things we have to talk about is setting sprays. So I only have 3 setting sprays, believe it or not. I don't really dibble and dabble too much when it comes to setting sprays, so this was pretty simple for me too. So the primers and the setting sprays are easy. It's the actual complexion products that are like usually harder for me, but I'm start off with a classic. Y'all got the MAC Fix Plus. I have this scent lavender, and the funny thing is I don't like the real smell of lavender, but this lavender one I absolutely love. I got on my way to buy this lavender one just because I think it smells wonderful, and it sets the face really nicely too. This is just like a classic staple product I feel like everybody should have. Like, you know, some staple things from MAC I feel like you should just have. Like lipsticks from them you should have, lip liners from them you should have, and some MAC Fix Plus. If you don't have anything else from them, I feel like you should have at least those 3 things. This product is amazing, and I forever plan on keeping it in my collection. Oh, and the their setting powder, I should have put that in there as one of my setting powders. Matter of fact, we are. Hold please. I forgot I had a backup here, y'all. So yeah, my MAC Deep Darkest Mineralized Skin Finish in Natural, and I have one more powder for the face that I didn't think about before. I don't know why. I think I was gonna bring it out here and then I forgot to bring it out when I started filming, but I have the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin in the shade Y505. This stuff is amazing. I have used quite a bit. I have 2 of these. I have one here from my grandmother's house and then I have one at home. That's how much I like it. This stuff is amazing. I found out about that from Casey Home, and I sure did like a thirst bucket go out and buy it. Thank you so much. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'll say it again. Now we can actually get back to the setting sprays. So the next one I have is the Cover FX High Performance Setting Spray 24-hour wear. Now this stuff is really nice. I got the holiday set that they had last year at Sephora for I think like 50% off something, and then I think I got an extra 20% off or something. So I got an amazing deal on it. It's this travel size one they had, and then they have a full size one. Of course the full size one is at home because I do my makeup at home like 5 days a week and I come over here 2 days a week and do it. So I felt like it would be more beneficial to me there than here. But I still wanted to have one here because I like it that much. So this one I have, and I'm so happy to have. The last setting spray I have to talk about, I feel like you shouldn't be surprised. I don't remember if I put this in my luxury one or not. I don't think I did though, because this isn't a luxury brand. But this is the Milk Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. As you can see, I've used half of this up already. I need to get a full size one. I meant to get the holiday set they had with the Hydro Grip Primer and like the setting spray, but I ended up not getting it. So I'm probably gonna get like a regular size one during this 24% 20% off sale that Sephora is giving us an extra bonus one for this year. I need to get another one, so I will definitely be getting one. But this is a staple product for me. I really like this setting spray. I like to mix setting sprays together though, so I like to use this and then I'll use another one on top of it, just to like make sure the makeup stays in place. Because sometimes I feel like some of them fall a little short throughout the day, but if I get a good combination of setting sprays, I'll do that. So sometimes I use that and then I put the cover effects on top of it after I put that on. And I feel like it does help my makeup last longer to a certain extent. So sometimes doubling setting sprays helps for me, just like pressing this setting spray into the skin helps my face look natural, glowy, born from within glow, if you will, or that like lived in makeup look is what I actually meant to say. But those are all my recommendations, the picks for my high-end makeup top 3 category. This video was started by Julia Adams, I believe. It's Julia Adams or Julia McAdams. I'll leave in the description box down below, like I do in all of these videos, that she started this trend and I just jumped on it because I thought it was interesting and cool. It's always hard for me though to actually pick a certain amount, because y'all know I'll be like, but I like this too and I like this too, and I always have honorable mentions. But you know, I want to give you all the products I truly use on a regular basis, and if it happens to be 5 instead of 3 or whatever the person picked, then that's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. Let me know, have you tried any of these products or any of these your staple products, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.